कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जना वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जना वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जना वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा रस बिहारी राधा रस बिहारी राधे जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान जय गौरनिताय 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 जय गौरनिताय जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्री श्रीमद इस डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की श्री श्री राधा रस बिहारी भगवान की जय श्री श्री सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की जय श्री श्री गौर निताय की जय ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10th, Chapter 9. Mother Yashoda binds Lord Krishna, text 18. Swamatuh Sinnagatraya Swamatuh Sinnagatraya Visrasta Kabara Srajah Visrasta Kabara Srajah Drishtva Parishramam Krishnaha Drishtva Parishramam Krishnaha Kripayasit Swabandhane Kripayasit Swabandhane Swamatoho Svinnagatraya Visrasta Kabara Srajaha Drishtva Parishramam Krishnaha Kripayasit Swabandhane. Swamatuh Svinnagatraya Visrasta Kabara Srijaha Drishtva Parishramam Krishnaha Kripayasi Matajis Swamatro Svinnagatraya Drishtva Parishramam Krishnaha Word to word meaning. Swamatuho, of his own mother, Krishna's mother Yashoda Devi. Svinnagatraya, when Krishna saw his mother perspiring all over because of unnecessary labor, Visrasta were falling down, Kabara from her hair, Srijaha of whom the flowers, Drishtva by seeing the condition of his mother, Parishramam he could understand that she was now overworked and feeling fatigued. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Kripaya, by his causeless mercy upon his devotee and mother, Asita, agreed, Swabandhane, in binding him. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Because of Mother Yashoda's hard labor, her whole body became covered with perspiration, and the flowers and comb were falling from her hair. When child Krishna saw his mother thus fatigued, he became merciful to her and agreed to be bound. Purport. When Mother Yashoda and other ladies finally saw that Krishna, although decorated with many bangles and other jeweled ornaments, could not be bound with all the ropes available in the home. They decided that Krishna was so fortunate that he could not be bound by any material condition. Thus they gave up the idea of binding him. But in competition between Krishna and his devotee, Krishna sometimes agrees to be defeated. Thus Krishna's internal energy, Yoga Maya, was brought to work and Krishna agreed to be bound by Mother Yashoda. Please repeat the translation. Because of Mother Yashoda's hard labor, her whole body became covered with perspiration, and the flowers and comb were falling from her hair. When child Krishna saw his mother thus fatigued, he became merciful to her and agreed to be bound. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakha Vitamsam Namam Vishtapadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyate Deshatarine Nama Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratushe Nama He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusate Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patita Nam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Hare Krishna. So seeking blessings of all the devotees, especially His Holiness Anant Krishna Das Goswami Maharaj, to bless me so that we can try to read something, study, try to understand and discuss on this one of the most loved pastime by all the devotees, all the acharyas of Lord Krishna, Damodar Leela. So Mother Yashoda finally will be able to bind Krishna. In this text, Kripaya Sita Swabandhane. So Shukadeva Goswami is saying Swabandhane, that Krishna allowed himself to be tied by his devotee and mother Yashoda Mata out of his causeless mercy. Apart from this, we don't hear anywhere that Krishna allowed himself to be bound or bind. The chapter name itself says Mother Yashoda binds Lord Krishna. Everywhere see Damodar Leela, Dam Bandhan Leela, it is mother who is tying Krishna. Only in this verse, Shukadeva Goswami says, Kripaya Asita Swabandhane. So now what is it? It's Krishna allowed himself to be tied, or actually mother tied Krishna? Krishna allowed. Okay, good. Jai Shri Shri Radharas Bihari Bhagwan ki jai. Shri Shri Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki jai. Shri Shri Gaurnitai Bhagwan ki jai. So let us discuss and we'll see if we can conclude this. Now, a few interesting things. In the word meaning, Swinnagatraya, when Krishna saw his mother perspiring all over because of unnecessary labor, Prabhupada is writing, unnecessary labor. So was this unnecessary labor? Mother, this is devotional service. But Prabhupada is writing unnecessary labor this was. So sometimes it appears that for us sadhakas, we try something, we serve the Lord, or we try to serve the Lord and we don't get the results. Or sometimes the result comes, but it is not up to the mark what we expect. Or sometimes result doesn't come only. Sometimes the result is negative. And we say, ki, it's unnecessary. What is unnecessary? Srimad Bhagavatam says, Shrama eva hi kevalam. What is that shrama which is unnecessary? Na utpadayed yatiratim. Which does not invoke love for Krishna, attachment for Krishna. That is unnecessary. A devotee distributing books goes out and distributes books. Book distribution month is going on. Morning 10 o'clock to evening 8 o'clock. How many books he distributes? 0. Because we have our own conditioning, we are fruitive, so we say, unnecessary effort. But Krishna doesn't see that effort as unnecessary. Prabhupada's life, those years after Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur left for eternal abode, 1937 till 1965, was it unnecessary? Prabhupada was struggling so hard to distribute few magazines. Was it unnecessary? Obviously, we have to have a strategy in place. If we have the place, if we have two options and one place, we know that if we go, then at least 300-400 books will go, and another place maybe 3-4. We have to go there because we have to save more souls. That is in place. But because of our fruitive tendency, we have these thoughts, they come in our heart, in our consciousness, and unnecessary ho gaya. Because we are not able to see things connected to Krishna. Imagine one new bhakta is told, just broom the temple hall after Bhagavatam class. Because we have less new bhaktas now, more have gone for book distribution. So then after Bhagavatam, one has to broom. And then he just somehow finished brooming. Then you tell him, broom the courtyard also. So sometimes, we feel that. In every one of us. Kya mujhe hi bolta jata. Prabhuji mujhe hi seva dete. Why the feeling is coming? If we tell you, Prabhu, one devotee is coming, okay, one person is coming, not a devotee. One person is coming afternoon 3 o'clock. I have kept one Rajbhog plate. When he comes, can you please attend to him and feed him this Rajbhog plate? What, Prabhu? 3 o'clock. It's the time when I sleep now. And 3:30 I take bath, 4 o'clock I have to go for prasadam, and you are giving me service at this time. Now you tell the name of that person. You tell him, our Prime Minister Narendra Modi is coming at 3 o'clock and this Rajbhog plate you give him. See the change in attitude. Just by hearing the name, the faces are changing. The expressions are changing. Why? Because the person who's coming, he is very important. In a material context. A material context. But because we are able to see the connection, whom we are serving, we become enthusiastic. While doing service in temple or any service outside temple connected to Lord Krishna, we are not able to see that connection. That is why we consider this effort as unnecessary. In spiritual world, everything is conscious. So even if you do go out for book distribution for 8 hours and did not distribute even single book, you still practiced pure devotional service. If you can see the connection with Krishna. And when are we able to see the connection with Krishna deeply? When we are in distress. If you go out and distribute 500 books in one day, you will say, Prabhu, Krishna's mercy, but internally you know how this magic happened. Krishna ka mercy to sabko hai na, Prabhuji. Not everyone is able to distribute. I am able to distribute. That means apart from mercy, there is something additional which I have. Nobody has it. So please glorify that part, na. That's the consciousness. And when you when everyone else is distributing 500 books and you distribute 0 books, then you see Krishna's. Then that factor will be more, होता है ना, book में होता है ना, embossed हो जाता है, उभर के आता है that factor. Then you see. Then you will be able to feel more connection with Krishna. And then you will apply philosophy. It's okay. I served Krishna. A result is in his hand. Krishna is telling nimitta matra. I became instrument. So now we are different philosophy. So that is why sometimes devotees are put under stress so that we can connect deeply with the Supreme Lord. So nothing is unnecessary. We don't have time, few points to cover, but nothing is unnecessary. When we are serving Krishna either directly or indirectly. Only if a devotee goes out of temple wearing dhoti, kurta and tilak, just by seeing him, people are getting purified. I may not be pure. What I may not be? I am not pure. But I go with this dress and tilak. The glory of tilak. This is the glory of this Urdhva Pondrak. That when we go out, so when someone else will see, he will, प्रभु कुछ करो, क्या बोल रहा है, अभी कैसे काम चालू कर दिया, फोन क्यों दिया, वॉकी टॉकी लगा उसको. Yeah, but they're not supposed to do in Bhagavatam time. क्या बोल रहे थे? Yeah. So even if someone goes out with dhoti kurta and tilak, just by seeing tilak, people will be reminded of Krishna. And just because they remember Krishna, they will get purified. It's not we who is the purifying agent, it's the tilak. So is that service or not? Did you bring at least one soul closer to Krishna? Yes. So that is service. Many times devotees ask, Prabhuji, sometimes enthusiasm goes up, it goes down. It goes up, goes down. Because we are fruitive, that is why. We are conditioned, that is why. When we distribute 500 books, our enthusiasm goes up. When we distribute 5 books, it goes down. When you distribute 500 books, but everyone else in the temple have distributed 5,000 books, your enthusiasm goes down, even with 500 books. Because of fruitive mentality. How do we come out? When we see connection with Krishna. Then the enthusiasm. What was driving force? That Mother Yashoda, for hours she is just trying to tie Krishna. What was the driving force? Krishna was the force. Because Krishna is in center. Whether you call it Damodar Leela, you call it Dambandhan Leela, it's Krishna in the center. So when we see our connection with Krishna, then our enthusiasm will not go down. It may get affected because of our own conditioning, but very soon, Shipram bhavati dharmatma, Shipram, very soon we'll be able to overcome it. Only we have to see with Krishna. That connection has to be seen. Many times we put a lot of effort in some project, but we don't get sufficient result. But if you see, Krishna wanted that because you were instructed by your authorities. That is the result. So nothing is unnecessary. Now, I know most of you, I don't know the technology, how much advanced the technology will become in future. Suppose if I keep the phone here, technology may come, and I'm just thinking, okay, call so and so devotee, and just by my thought, phone automatically starts working, calling that devotee. It may happen, but abhi to aisa nahi hai na. You go to ATM, you stand outside ATM, and the card is in your home, and you just think, I need 5,000 to be withdrawn. Will your money come? Maybe in future that technology may come, but it will not go to certain extent. Just by thought process, you can achieve something. But look at the way Krishna conscious works. Even by thinking about Krishna, you are getting result. But the result is limited. Why? Two reasons. One, the thought is not pure. At our stage, we are not purified in our thinking. Second, only thinking is not sufficient. Krishna is an action man. He likes action. Thinking is a job of yogis, not devotees. They keep thinking. What yogis do? They meditate on Krishna in their heart. And they see Krishna, they are happy. Suppose if some guest comes in your house and you make him sit in front of you and you are sitting and you are watching him and he is looking at you. You watch him and आधा घंटा हो गया. Guest bore हो जाएगा. See what? Will you do anything else? You will bring something to eat? Serve me? So that service is action, and that is called devotional service. So Krishna likes action. Now what here? Because of Mother Yashoda's hard labor, her whole body became covered with perspiration and the flowers and comb were falling from her hair. When child Krishna saw his mother thus fatigued, he became merciful to her and agreed to be bound. Krishna reciprocates. Ye yatha mam prapadyante. Krishna reciprocates. On what he will reciprocate? Whatever you will give him. If you go for an interview, the company, whatever is there in your biodata, they'll ask question based on that only. If you are a gold medal in college, they'll ask on that. If you are topper in some subject, they'll ask on that. So whatever you have, they're just reciprocating. 4 lines of translation. 3 lines are mentioned about Mother Yashoda's perspiration, hard labor, fatigued. And only half a line, Krishna's reciprocation. So what do we understand from this? This example of phone, the example of ATM, and this. Until unless we put effort, the results will not come. Not result in the sense here we are talking Krishna's mercy will not come. Even though it is causeless, Krishna's mercy is causeless, and Krishna has already shown some causeless mercy by giving us human birth, by giving us association of devotees. But now he expects, do something. I've given you everything, now do something and become happy. Like Prabhupada told to Jayapataka Maharaj, I've given you Mayapur, develop it and enjoy. But I will not say it's devotees, who are practitioner, they get affected with this consciousness that less work, shortcut, less work, and I want everything. It is there in everywhere in the world today. Dinabandhu Prabhu, I remember here only, he was sitting and giving class maybe some 7-8 years ago. And he said today's generation is a click generation. Anything you want. A student wants a project, he will go, google.com, click. Then search for project, click. नहीं मिला तो लैपटॉप उठा के click. Entire generation, everything is on the click. And thanks to Corona, anyone who was not clicking, they also started clicking. So, especially our generation, at least, I saw computer when I was like in class 6th or 7th. Mobile though, after my graduation only I got mobile. So everyone in today's generation is becoming a click generation. So Dinabandhu Prabhu was saying that this generation, when become devotee, they go to Maharaj. Then they will just say, they will go, Maharaj, please give me your mercy.com. Click. उनका चरण पे हाथ लगा देगा, click. Now you give me mercy. And Maharaj will say, do something. That we have not learnt only. Maximum what we can do after clicking is take a printout. Earlier, if devotees, not devotees, students used to have this, teacher will teach and they will note. Teacher will teach and they will note. And now they don't note it. They just click the photo. And teacher also, I've seen, teacher is writing on the board and she moves aside, okay. And then everyone clicks. And nowadays people don't even click. One person clicks, group pe bhej dena. How do you expect such generation to come to ISKCON and work hard? And then our seniors, we hear that, clean the toilets and all that. It's like, what? ये तो आदि मानव जमाने की बात कर रहे हैं. Cleaning the toilet, झाड़ू लगाना. This is like prehistoric period. So much change. Kapila Prabhu was telling once, every 3 years the generation changes. Because he is in school from so many years. He said every 3 years we change in the child. New child comes, after 3 years we see new child, generation has changed. It's so fast. So everything is on click. One devotee came to Prabhupada, Prabhupada, give me your mercy. Prabhupada said, mercy is already there. Go and do some service, Baba. Mercy is there. You should do something. Vaishnava's mercy or Krishna's mercy will not come by asking. Yes, one of the process is Vandanam. But read Bhagavatam. It says, only after you practice sufficient austerities, you can pray. Otherwise, you're not even qualified to pray. Just by praying, don't think Krishna will be merciful. Krishna will give you that much mercy. If you pray, Krishna will tell you, okay, do this service. That is mercy actually. But we don't want to do that service, then Krishna restricts further mercy. So today, what we are seeing everywhere in the world, inside, outside, people don't want to work. Many times they ask, Maharaj gives this answer when they ask, what is a shortcut? Maharaj says, bhakti itself is a shortcut. Prabhupada is saying you don't have to go via stairs, taking the stairs to 100 floors. You just take an elevator directly to the 100th floor. And you want more shortcut? What can be the shortcut which is shorter than bhakti process? So here it is showing Mother Yashoda. That's why I said Mother Yashoda binds Lord Krishna, or Krishna allowed himself to be tied by Mother Yashoda. It's both same. If you see from angle of devotees, devotee actually forces Krishna to do. Even though Krishna is Abhinna Swarat, He's completely independent, supremely independent, but still devotees can force Krishna to do something. And Krishna is happy to do that. So you decide whether Krishna allowed himself to be tied or Mother Yashoda actually tied Krishna. When we serve Krishna, then he looks at us. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Swami Thakur, he says, don't try to look Krishna, try to serve Krishna in a way that he will come and see you. Here, another parishramam. Now parishramam is what? Parishramam is hard work. But Prabhupada writes, he could understand that she was now overworked and feeling fatigue. This overworked, I just remember His Holiness Navayogendra Maharaj says this regarding overwork. He says, itni seva kar, he says in Hindi, itni seva kar ki had kar de. इतनी सेवा कर कि हद कर दे, सेवा देख के यमराज भी तेरा खाता रद्द कर दे. Very appropriate. अब उसमें से now you remove this seva word. इतनी सेवा कर कि हद कर दे. If you remove सेवा, then what? तो हद नहीं पहुंचेगी. हद नहीं पहुंचेगी तो खाता रद्द नहीं होगा. रादर खाता बढ़ता जाएगा. Your house is on the bank of a river. If you don't collect water, water will keep flowing. So time is just passing, just flowing on. If you don't utilize, it's gone. If you don't utilize, it's gone. That's why it is said a moment lost is lost forever. So somehow, if we can develop that desire to put in hard work for Krishna, we don't have to actually, this is very artificial, going to devotees, it should come from within. If you have not worked anything and you just go to Prabhupada, go to deities, go to devotees, please give me mercy, Prabhu, Maharaj, Mataji, and this and that, please give me mercy, please give me mercy, please give me mercy. You go to one devotee, please give me mercy. Okay. Bring some water. Oh, I'm busy. That's what's happening. In reality, it's happening. We want mercy, we want to advance in Krishna consciousness, but we don't want to serve. That desire is missing big time, and as time is passing, we are seeing that. It's a click generation. The desire is missing to serve. Why? Because we are not able to seek connection. That's why Prabhupada writes in 7th canto, either you are spiritually advanced or you are active in service, otherwise you cannot stay in temple. Prabhupada writes in a very heavy language in the purport. I'm just telling you mild. Either you are a spiritually strong person, that means doing a lot of sadhana, this, that, brahmanical job, or at least do some service so that you get purified. If you are not doing both, not practicing Krishna consciousness, not chanting and all that spiritual activities enthusiastically, and not serving also, why are you here? Prabhupada says, you shouldn't be here. You are at a wrong place. You will be frustrated, and because of you, others will be frustrated. Why Prabhupada writes so heavily? We hear about Valmiki, Ratnakar, Dasyu Ratnakar. He becomes this dacoit, he becomes a sage. Valmiki, and he writes. Even though he was dacoit, he was a hard worker. And nowadays, you see, especially the preachers they know, youth preachers. What kind of youth is coming? They don't want to do anything only. Lazy, even materially people are becoming lazy. Then we call this Shrestha, preach to the leaders. What is leader? Who is ready to do something. He becomes leader. So that kind of person, when he becomes Krishna conscious, he will do for Krishna also. So that desire is not even material. I've seen devotees who are working, new boys becoming devotees, studying. They don't have desire to study. They don't have desire to do job. Okay, then become a sadhu. Then they become sadhu, they are same. Forget about hard work. There is no desire to work only. The basic phenomena of existence, action is missing. Too much mode of ignorance, laziness, non-action. And then someone sits in temple and he says, oh, I don't want to work and I'll chant some rounds, and he thinks he's become a big sadhu. So mode of goodness and mode of ignorance, they appear very similar from outside. You want to know the difference? You see a cow and a buffalo. If buffalo is sitting on the footpath and you are going and you honk, the buffalo will come on the road. Because buffalo is mode of ignorance, confused. And if buffalo is on the road and you honk, and then you can see the confusion on its face. You can see, I've seen that buffalo. And cows, you see cows also walk on the road. But you honk, they'll move aside. So mode of goodness and mode of ignorance appear very similar superficially, but they're very different. Someone says, oh Prabhuji, he is a soft devotee, he likes to do his sadhana, and some seva, even though he is slow, maybe he is in mode of goodness. I said, no, it's mode of ignorance. Because mode of goodness is Brahminical, and Brahmanas are not lazy. Chamo, damo, tapo, shocham. Do you think laziness is there in Brahmanas? They'll not be lazy. If someone is slow and lazy and he thinks that I am a sadhu, I am having mode of goodness, he is in hallucination. And that's why Prabhupada said, work now, samadhi later. So we have to work. And Prabhupada said, very, very important statement, very powerful. He said, if you will not give your energy, full energy in your youth to serve Krishna, if you will not exhaust your energy in serving Krishna in youth, at the old age you cannot sit peacefully and chant. When is the time for bhajan? When you become old. Then you do your bhajan, because your body cannot give so much output in terms of physical activity. You do your bhajan and give classes. 50 years you serve. That hard work gives you purification, gives you realization. That added with your bhajan will increase further your realization and spiritual advancement. And then when you give class, that will move people. That will have a deep impact. But if you will not serve when you are youth, when you are young, your mind will be agitated when you are old, and we are seeing that. And that's why you see outside who are not devotees, people who are like 65, 70, what they do? They nag people. Then all the family members, they dadi, dada, they keep nagging because they are agitated. So if we, after becoming Krishna conscious, if we don't take advantage of the system what Prabhupada has given, we will also be nagging others at the old age. They will not be able to peaceful chant. If you have really worked hard, then at the old age, you will just sit and chant your rounds. That detachment will come because you have served. Krishna gives you that satisfaction. If you don't work, nothing is happening. If Mother Yashoda would have thought, okay, matki phod diya, theek hai. Then Krishna wouldn't be bounded. The Leela will not come into existence then. So if we are not working hard, we are in danger zone. They say in competition, business people, they say you have to run fast to stay in competition. Forget about winning. Just to stay in competition, you have to run fast. And we are having competition with whom? With Maya. And she'll always try to pull us back. If you're not working hard, working means what? Working on your chanting, working on your reading, giving your body in serving Krishna. Body, mind and words. If you're not serving, and if you serve, but your enthusiasm is not maintained, or it is not going up, that means you are not able to see the connection, what service you are doing with Krishna. If Prabhupada is here personally sitting, he is here only, but we are not able to understand that Prabhupada is personally sitting, and I am brooming or I am removing all these daris. If suppose some sannyasi comes and sits here, then how careful we will be? How careful we will be? And Prabhupada is sitting here. Are we careful in doing service? This is one example. His Holiness Radha Govind Swami Maharaj says, when you are taking prasadam, when you are honoring prasadam, either you take prasad quietly and meditate on prasadam and Krishna, or you just hear Krishna Katha. Nothing else. Are we following that? We have such a wonderful system that someone is reading, but nobody bothers. Are we connecting with Krishna Prasad? Seeing connection in ISKCON is not at all difficult. It is the easiest thing we can do. Everything is connected to Krishna. But we are dull-headed. Whoever is not able to see connection is dull-headed. That's very important. If you are dull-headed, Jesus Christ says, if you are hot, I will accept you. If you are cold, I will accept you. If you are lukewarm, I spit on your face. And we are becoming lukewarm. Mind it. And Jesus is our Acharya. We are becoming lukewarm. Mediocres will always remain mediocres. So, in English there is a saying, either lead or follow. Lead or follow, or else get lost. So either we become leaders or we follow the leaders. But we are not doing both. So what are we doing then? That is Kali Yuga. But we cannot blame Kali Yuga, because there are people who are able to do that. So either you lead or you follow another leader or get out. So at least if I am dull-headed, if I am not able to serve, if I am not able to do, then go to the leader, ask him, take up some service and be pacified. And gradually, but surely, our heart will become purified. But service is a must. Without serving, trust me, we are not going anywhere. We are not going anywhere. Even Karma Kandis, they do so many yagyas. Prachini Barishad, entire earth was his yagya bhumi. Everywhere he will do yagya, everywhere. So much hard work just to go to heaven, which is yahi pe, paas mein. And you have to go to Vaikuntha. Okay. How much hard work we have to give? Kunti Maharani says, Akinchana Gochara. When you are completely done with this material world, you don't have anything. When you will be done? When you serve. Then you get purified. Otherwise it is not happening. So the most important is serve. Devotional service. Service means just doing any activity. But when you connect with Krishna, that becomes devotional service. If we practice devotional service as instructed by our acharyas, as instructed very practically by Srila Prabhupada. You read the Prabhupada books, it's so amazing. Prabhupada brought All the instructions so practically. I mean, I have tried reading sometimes the commentaries of Acharyas, all great Acharyas, and read it and relish it. But how to apply in my life, I don't know. It will never happen with Prabhupada books. Prabhupada books are what? Ready to use. As they say, ready to use. You read, and Prabhupada has written any purport you open of Prabhupada, and you will know that what you're supposed to do. I'm not saying Acharya's commentary is great, but only if it's at certain level, then you can relish. Otherwise, it's just, Prabhupada says, mental imaginative. It's mental imagination. It's all imagination. What we'll relish? As Devkinpo was saying, we're not able to focus on chanting. ध्यान पूर्वक जप नहीं होता. Forget about 16 rounds. Even one round ध्यान पूर्वक नहीं होता है. Even one round. How many of us can say that today I chanted one round, 108 mantras, and I heard at least 100 mantras, at least 80 mantras. And we are talking about relishing. So our heart will go into deeper into holy name when we do service, and the best service, Srila Prabhupada, distribute books. And all of you have realization, when you distribute books, the next day chanting improves. Because you have served Krishna with your Vani, with your body, and with your mind, with your intelligence. Everything is engaged when you are out in book distribution. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Grantraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Any comment? Maharaj ji कुछ ऐड करेंगे? राधा कृष्ण प्रभु माइक निकाल के नहीं रख.
हरे कृष्ण. थैंक यू प्रभु. बहुत यूथ क्लास और सारे जितने एग्जाम्पल थे वो प्रभुपाद की किताब से आचार्य को उन्होंने फॉलो किया है, तो इसी हिसाब से वो एग्जाम्पल दिए. लेकिन आज हम देखते हैं कि जैसे आपने कहा जो क्लिक करने से ही एक ही मैसेज भेजने सारे वर्ल्ड में जाता है, और इसी प्रकार से स्कूल में, टीचर में, सभी जगह. लेकिन प्रभुपाद जी चाहते थे कि मिलिट्री बेसिस ISKCON, उन्होंने जैसे थ्योरी बताई हम लोगों को और उसको अभी फॉलो करते हैं, वो पीछे वाले जो थ्योरी थी उसके अलग फॉलो होता है. इसलिए हम लोगों को सोचना चाहिए कि प्रभुपाद जी ने किस प्रकार से हम लोगों को ये बताया है कि जो सेवा जो करनी है वो कैसे करनी है. जैसे आपने कहा कि कोई व्यक्ति अपने जवानी में जो कार्य करता है वो बुढ़ापन में उसका असर पड़ता है और फिर बाद में उसको परिणाम मालूम पड़ता है. लेकिन ये सही बात है. लेकिन हम सोचना चाहिए कि आज के जो लीडर्स है वो किस प्रकार से कार्य कर रहे हैं, वो उस प्रकार कार्य कर रहे हैं कि नहीं. मुझे याद है 84 में गिरिराज स्वामी जब हम संकीर्तन करके आते थे तो रात को करीब लास्ट टू लास्ट पार्टी हमारी वीटी पार्टी थी, तो वीटी पार्टी से हम आते थे तो करीब 12 तो बज जाते थे. तो 12 बजे तक गिरिराज स्वामी वो प्रसाद उनके चेयर के ऊपर बैठे डुलकी मारते थे, बैठते थे ऐसे 12 बजे तक. और जब हम आएंगे सभी लोग तो हमको पहले खिलाएंगे, बाद में वो खाएंगे और हमारे साथ में खा के जाएंगे. उस समय हमारे पास एक मेटाडोर था, एक ये जो गाड़ी है जो अभी हमारे पास वो छोटी गाड़ी थी, तो उससे हम भर के जाते थे वहाँ पर. और हमारे पास जो गीता दी थी वो 6 अध्याय की गीता थी, ज़्यादा नहीं, 6 अध्याय की गीता थी. और कृष्ण की और योग सुगम यात्रा और एक बुक्स, ऐसे 3-4 बुक्स थे. ये बुक लेके हम जाते थे वहाँ पर. जाने के बाद हम जब आते थे सुबह के समय तो सारे लोग मंगला आरती, गिरिराज स्वामी कहते थे विदाउट मंगला आरती यू कैन नॉट सेलिंग बुक्स, यू फॉलो. सभी लोगों को मंगला आरती आना पड़ेगा. जब तक आपको आध्यात्मिक पावर नहीं मिलेगा आप बुक नहीं सेलिंग करते थे. उस समय ISKCON इतना प्रचलित नहीं था, तो कृष्ण मुरारी प्रभु दादर में खड़े रहते थे, हम लोग नीचे वीटी में खड़े रहते थे. या अनेक जब अमोघ लीला प्रभु जब सबको लेके आते तो इतना टाइम हो जाता था. तो हम देखते हैं प्रभु कि जो लीडर्स है वो लोगों ने प्रैक्टिकल्स करना चाहिए आज के डेट में, और वो सब करना चाहिए क्योंकि क्लिक के पीछे हम सब, वो स्टूडेंट में हमारे क्लिक के पीछे है और हम भी क्लिक के पीछे हैं। तो क्या होगा? आज की जो धारणा है, इस धारणा से हम कैसे आगे बढ़ेंगे? इसलिए हम लोगों को, लीडर्स को भी जो प्रभुपाद ने बताई हुई बातें हैं वो करना चाहिए, स्वयं करना चाहिए, और उसी हिसाब से हम आगे स्टूडेंट आते हैं वो देख के करते हैं। क्योंकि जो वो बाहर से आते हैं तो उनको कोई भी ज्ञान नहीं मिलेगा, इधर आने के बाद वो देखते हैं कि क्या हो रहा है, तब उसका एटीट्यूड बदली हो जाता है। इसलिए हम लोगों को करना चाहिए। और जब शास्त्र का जो परिणाम दिया है, शास्त्र में जो उदाहरण दिया गया है, शास्त्र में दी हुई बातें हैं, वो तो बातें अटूट सत्य है। वो सत्य है जब तक हम कितना ही परिश्रम, जैसे प्रभु जी ने कहा कि कर्मकांडी यज्ञ करते हैं तो स्वर्ग तो यहाँ ही है, स्वर्ग जाना है, लेकिन हमको तो उससे लंबा जाना है, वैकुंठ जाना है। तो परिश्रम करना है। और परिश्रम क्या है? भगवान की सेवा हमारे लिए नियुक्त है, भगवान की सेवा। उनके जो कर्मकांड में कभी कभी कर्म बंधन से नीचे भी आ जाते हैं, लेकिन हम नीचे नहीं आएंगे, हम डायरेक्ट ऊपर जाएंगे, क्योंकि हमारे सेवा में कुछ और नहीं है। इसीलिए तो हम लोग को किसी प्रकार से अपने जीवन में ये कृष्ण भावना को उतरना चाहिए। ये भक्ति रसामृत सिंधु और नेक्टर ऑफ डिवोशन किताब जो है वो समझाता है कि प्रभुपाद जी ने किस प्रकार से अकेले ने एक सारा ISKCON को अपने कंधे पे लेके चले, और आज सारी भक्तों को कंधे पे लेके रख के चलेंगे तो कितना बड़ा ISKCON हो जाएगा। इसलिए हम लोगों को आध्यात्मिकता के ऊपर जोर दे के अपने जीवन में कृष्ण भावना को उतारना चाहिए। थैंक यू। हरे कृष्ण।
हरे कृष्ण। थैंक यू प्रभु जी। जय ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की।